Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from group 5. We will present about the 8 contents. The first one is living the field. The second one is triangulation. The third, ethics in the field. The fourth, the qualitative interview. The fifth, type of interview studies. The sixth, choosing to interview. The seventh, selecting informants. And the last is approaching interview. Okay, the first content is leaving the fields. So, leaving the fields do when the data become repetitive and no major new insights are gained. And a common way of leaving the field is like easing out or drifting off. What is drifting off or easing out is gradually cutting down on the frequency of visit and letting people know that the research is coming to end. Okay, the ethics that you should do when leaving the forts is do not cut off contact with informants too abruptly. Because leaving the fields can be a difficult time personally for participants observe. And then the next content is triangulation. So what is triangulation? Triangulation is the combination of methods or sources data in a single step. Triangulation is often told as a way of checking out insight gleaned from different informants or different sources of data. Another form of triangulation is team research. Team research is like two or more field workers studying the same or similar settings. And then the ethic in the field. There are 4 ethics in this slide. So the first one is requiring researchers to inform participants that there might be limits to promise of confidentiality. And then if the researcher expects to witness criminal activity, for example like drug use, the consent procedure should make it clear that although the circumstance is unlikely to arise, the researcher could be subpoenaed to turn data over the authorities. And then the third ethic is researchers necessarily make ethical and moral decisions when conducting field research. And the last one is researchers must balance their often conflicting obligations subject the pursuit of knowledge, their professions, their universities or other institutions, and the public.
4. The qualitative interview. As Benet and Hughes 1970 points out, the interview is the favored teaching tool of social researchers. The first, the interviewers serve as a careful data collector. Their role involves getting people to relax enough to answer the predefined series of questions completely. The second, qualitative interviewing, is flexible and dynamic. The third, qualitative interviewing has been referred to as no-directive, unstructured, no-standardized, and open-ended interviewing. The fourth, as Seidman, 2013, note, at the root of in-depth interviewing is an interest in understanding the lived experience of other people and the meaning they make of that experience. Types of interview studies. The first, the life history or sociological autobiography. This researches attempts to capture the silent experience in a person's life and that person's definition of those experiences. Second, learning about events and activities that cannot be observed directly. The people being interviewed are informants in the true sense of the word. They act as observed eyes and ears in the field for the researchers. The role of such information is not simply to reveal their own views, but to describe what happened and how others view it. Third, intended to yield a picture of a range of setting, situation, or people. Interviewing is used to study a relatively large number of people in a relatively short period of time compared to what would be required in participant observation researches. To interview. The choice of research methods should be determined by the research interests, the circumstance of the setting or people to be studied, and practical constraints faced by the researchers. In-depth interviewing seems expect well suited in the following situation. First, the research interests are relatively well defined. The second, setting and people are not otherwise accessible. The third, the research has time constraints. The fourth, the research is interested in understanding a broad range of people or setting.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Al-Fikri. I will present our material. Here I will explain selecting informants. Selecting informants, there are some important things to consider. The size of the sample, the strategy of theoretical sampling can be used as the guide for selecting people to interview. In theoretical sampling, the actual number of cases studied is relatively unimportant. What is important is the potential of each case to aid the researcher in developing theoretical insight into the area of social life being studied. Dalam pengambilan sampel teoritis, jumlah kasus yang sebenarnya tidak begitu penting. Yang penting adalah potensi setiap kasus untuk membantu peneliti mengembangkan wawasan teoritis dalam area kehidupan sosial yang sedang diteliti. People's willingness. Another important consideration is people's willingness and ability to talk about experiences and articulate feelings. Dalam mempertimbangkan pengambilan sampel, penting untuk memperhitungkan kemauan dan kemampuan orang untuk berbicara tentang pengalaman serta mengungkapkan perasaan mereka. We next approaching interview. The following issues are those that are most easily misunderstood and hence the most important to raise. First is your motive, face, and intentions. Many people will wonder what you hope to get out of the project. They might even fear that the final product will be used to their disadvantage. You need to discuss these things with informants. Penting untuk membahas secara terbuka motivasi dan niat Anda dengan informan untuk menghindari ketakutan bahwa hasil akhir akan digunakan menentang mereka. Money. It always raises the specter of encouraging the informant to in-depth interviewing fabricate a good story to get some money. Perlu berhati-hati agar tidak memberikan insentif untuk cerita yang dibuat-buat oleh informan. diskusi tentang kompensasi harus transparan dan etis. Logistik, settle on a raw schedule and a place to meet. Find a private place where you can talk without interruption and where the informant will feel relaxed. Menetapkan jadwal dan tempat pertemuan yang jelas penting untuk wawancara yang efektif. Pilih tempat yang private dan nyaman agar informan merasa rileks dan bisa berbicara tanpa gangguan. That's all for me. Thank you so much.